Wow, you guys were not kidding about being plugged into that BlockDAG Telegram.
Yeah.
It seems like everyone and their crypto-loving grandma has a question about this thing, this new cryptocurrency that's aiming to launch in 2025. So get ready, because today we're diving deep into the heart of BlockDAG.
Absolutely.
We'll be tackling your burning questions about launch dates, referral bonuses, and maybe even try to decipher some of the more cryptic responses coming from the BlockDAG team.
It is really exciting to see this level of interest.
Yeah.
Especially for a project that's still in its very early stages.
Oh, for sure.
But amidst all the hype, it's crucial to separate the signal from the noise.
Exactly. So let's cut to the chase. When is this thing actually going live?
Okay.
And where can you, the listener, potentially buy it?
All right, so the official word is sometime in 2025.
Okay.
The more precise date expected in Q1 of next year.
All right.
BlockDAG is aiming for a presence on both centralized exchanges.
Okay.
Or CEXs like Binance and Coinbase. And decentralized exchanges.
Right.
Known as DXs.
Okay, so for those just starting their crypto journey, what does this CEX and DX business actually mean?
Sure.
Is it just a fancy way of saying crypto store?
It's a little bit more nuanced than that.
Okay.
Imagine CEXs as your traditional stock exchanges.
Okay.
They're managed by a central authority, offering a more familiar, user-friendly experience.
Yeah.
DXs, on the other hand, operate without that central control, allowing for direct peer-to-peer trading.
Interesting.
It's all about security and control. CEXs offer more hand-holding, but come with those third-party risks.
Yeah.
While DXs prioritize user autonomy, but demand a bit more tech savviness.
So BlockDAG aiming for both sounds like they're trying to appeal to crypto veterans and newbies alike.
Yeah.
Ambitious.
It is.
Speaking of ambition, let's unpack this referral program that's generating a lot of buzz.
Okay.
Narek had a question about using a referral link for a friend who's already holding BlockDAG coins. What's the deal there?
The answer is a resounding yes. The program grants a 10% bonus on any investment made through your unique referral link.
Right.
Regardless of whether your friend is a seasoned BlockDAG holder or a newcomer.
10%? That's pretty generous. I've seen some referral programs out there.
Yeah.
But that definitely seems to be on the higher end. Is this a common tactic in the crypto world to entice new investors, or could it be a sign of something unsustainable?
Referral programs are very common. It's a way to encourage early adoption.
Right.
And while 10% is generous, it's not unheard of.
Okay.
It can be a good way for projects to kind of bootstrap their community, but it's not without its potential drawbacks.
What kind of drawbacks?
Well, high referral bonuses can sometimes create this short-term hype.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily reflect a project's long-term value.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You, the listener, should be asking yourself, is this driving genuine interest, or is this just a temporary price pump?
That's a great question to ponder for sure. Okay, enough about the hype machine. Let's get to the heart of the matter, tokenomics. There's been some chatter in the Telegram group about BlockDAG lacking a token burn mechanism. Is that a cause for concern?
That's a very valid point.
Okay.
BlockDAG has opted against a token burn, which is a method used to permanently remove tokens from circulation.
Okay.
Often to increase value.
Yeah.
However, they do have a scheduled halving mechanism in place.
Okay, for the non-crypto folks out there, let's break that down.
Sure.
Halving sounds pretty dramatic. Does it involve cutting a BlockDAG token in half with a tiny crypto sword?
Not quite.
Okay.
Think of it like this. Imagine a pizza representing all the BlockDAG tokens.
Okay.
Every so often, you cut that pizza in half, reducing the rate at which new slices or tokens are created. It's a way to control inflation.
Right.
And theoretically boost the value of existing tokens over time.
Okay.
The big question for BlockDAG is, will halving alone be enough to maintain a healthy token value without burning?
So instead of burning tokens to decrease supply, they're slowing down the production line. Interesting approach. Now let's talk about the X1 app and the Tap Miner game.
Okay.
Which have everyone eager to jump in.
Yeah.
Phil D wants to know if it's possible to transfer pre-sale coins to set up wallets for those.
Unfortunately, not yet.
Okay.
That functionality will become available after the mainnet launch.
Mainnet launch. Okay, I gotta admit my eyes glaze over a bit when I hear these crypto jargon terms. Yeah. Can you break it down for us?
Sure.
What does mainnet even mean in plain English?
Yeah, think of mainnet as the official public launch of a blockchain.
Okay.
Before that, projects often operate on testnets, which are like training grounds for the blockchain to work out any kinks.
Right.
Restricting features before mainnet launch allows developers to fine-tune things and ensure a smooth transition to that live environment.
Gotcha. So it's all about minimizing risks and making sure everything works as intended when the real game begins.
Exactly.
It's like the difference between a dress rehearsal and opening night on Broadway. Okay, speaking of opening night, it seems like there's some opening night jitters around the tap miner game itself.
Yeah.
Mr. Meat bought in using a TTP 400 code, but isn't seeing any of the promised spins or boxes. What gives?
The response from the BlockDAG team was rather vague.
Oh, really?
Simply advising users to check the dev release notes for updates.
That's not exactly instilling confidence.
Yeah.
Shouldn't things be running smoothly, especially given the anticipation around this game? Should our listener be hitting the panic button yet?
It's definitely not the ideal scenario.
Great.
Transparency and responsiveness are crucial, especially for a project trying to build trust within the community.
Okay.
Glitches happen for sure.
Sure.
But how a team addresses them speaks volumes about their commitment to user experience and overall project management.
Good point. So glitches aside, is this a common occurrence in the crypto world, or is this raising some red flags for you?
While early stage projects often have hiccups, the lack of clear communication here is a bit concerning.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that investing in crypto is not without risks.
Right.
You should always be evaluating a project's transparency and responsiveness, especially when things don't go as planned.
All right, excellent advice. Now, shifting gears to a hot topic that's got everyone talking Tether and the recent EU ban.
Okay.
Saska asked if BlockDAG will still be using Tether given this ban, and if they'd consider alternatives like Ripple stablecoin. What's the word on the street?
Interestingly, there was no direct response to that question.
Ooh, that's a bit curious, isn't it? Why the silence, do you think? Are they playing their cards close to their chest, or is there something more to it?
It's hard to say for certain.
Okay.
They could be waiting for more regulatory clarity, or perhaps they haven't finalized their stablecoin strategy.
Yeah.
However, this silence raises some important questions about their approach to regulatory compliance.
So for you, the listener, this is a moment to pause and reflect. How important is regulatory compliance to you when evaluating a crypto project? Is it a deal breaker, or are you comfortable with a bit of uncertainty?
It's a crucial question to ask yourself, especially in the evolving landscape of crypto regulation. Some investors prioritize projects that actively seek compliance,
Yeah.
while others are more comfortable navigating a less regulated environment.
Lots to think about, for sure. Now, let's talk about shipping and vesting, as we've seen some concerns from Joel and Moad about when miners will be shipped and if withdrawals are possible.
BlockDAG miners are slated to ship from March 2025.
All right.
As for withdrawals, the coins will be airdropped to your wallet after launch,
Okay.
according to a vesting schedule.
Hold on, vesting. Can you decode that for us? It sounds like a fancy crypto ritual.
It's not quite a ritual,
Okay.
but it can feel like a waiting game. Vesting is a mechanism that gradually releases tokens over time instead of all at once.
Oh, okay.
It's often used by projects to incentivize long-term commitment from investors and team members.
So instead of getting all your crypto cookies at once,
Yeah.
you get them in measured portions over time. Why do projects do this? Is it just to keep us on the edge of our seats?
Well, there are strategic reasons behind it.
Okay.
Vesting can help prevent a sudden flood of tokens into the market,
Right.
which could lead to price volatility.
Yeah.
But it's important to understand the specific vesting schedule and consider if it aligns with your personal investment strategy and your risk tolerance.
That makes sense. So listeners, you'll want to dig into the details of BlockDAG's vesting schedule to see how it all plays out. Okay, on to a topic that's causing some frustration. The BlockDAG app crypto holder reported it being down. What's the latest on that?
The BlockDAG team provided some standard troubleshooting steps,
Like what?
like rebooting your device and checking for updates. They did acknowledge that it's currently in beta testing
Okay.
and may have some bugs.
Ah, the infamous beta testing phase.
Right.
But shouldn't a project of this scale have a more polished app, especially given the hype they've built? Is this a normal growing pain, or is it a cause for concern?
Beta testing is a critical phase for any software.
Yeah.
And it is expected to have some bumps along the way. The key here is to observe how responsive the team is to user feedback.
Right.
And how quickly they address these issues.
Okay.
Are they being transparent about the problems, or are they brushing them under the rug?
Transparency, that seems to be a recurring theme in this deep dive.
It is.
Speaking of which, Let's talk about artist Big Drew's struggle with connecting their MetaMask wallet to the BlockDAG site.
Yeah.
MetaMask flagged the site as suspicious, and BlockDAG's response was a bit odd, to say the least.
Their advice was to send a screenshot of the issue to the Telegram group.
Okay.
Even though they have direct messages blocked.
Wait, what? That doesn't even make sense.
Right.
Isn't security paramount in the crypto world?
Absolutely.
This response seems like a major fumble, wouldn't you say?
It definitely raises some eyebrows.
Yeah.
Security should be a top priority. And this response suggests a lack of awareness, or worse, a disregard for basic security practices.
Yeah.
This should serve as a cautionary tale for all listeners.
Okay.
Always exercise extreme caution when connecting your wallet to any website.
Yeah.
Double check the URL, look for that secure HTTPS connection, and be wary of any suspicious requests.
Right.
Your crypto security is ultimately your responsibility.
Great advice, and a stark reminder that not all that glitters in the crypto world is gold. Let's wrap up this section with launch price and circulating supply, as Jordan J. Jones and Brock Rhodes Tucker were curious about those.
The launch price will remain at $5.
Okay.
However, the circulating supply at launch is still unknown.
Okay. Why the mystery around the circulating supply? Shouldn't they have a handle on this by now?
The circulating supply is influenced by factors like pre-sale token sales and the vesting schedule,
Right.
which can make it a moving target.
Okay.
It's not uncommon for projects to have some ambiguity around circulating supply until after launch. However, it's something for potential investors to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Knowing the circulating supply can give you valuable insights into potential price fluctuations and overall market dynamics.
So we've covered a lot of ground, from launch dates and referral bonuses to tokenomics and security concerns. It's clear that BlockDAG has ambitious goals, but there are also some potential red flags to be aware of. But hey, that's crypto, right?
That's crypto.
It's a wild ride full of both promise and pitfalls.
Absolutely.
We'll be back after a short break to delve deeper into the implications of all this information and help you, the listener, navigate this complex landscape. Stay tuned.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to our BlockDAG deep dive.
All right.
We've covered a lot of ground, from launch dates and referral bonuses to the ever-important tokenomics and some potential hiccups along the way. But now let's shift gears and look at the bigger picture. What does all this information tell us about BlockDAG?
Okay.
And more importantly, what does it mean for you, the listener?
I think we've seen this really interesting mix of excitement and uncertainty, which is pretty typical in the crypto world, especially for a project that's as ambitious as BlockDAG.
Ambition definitely seems to be the key word here.
Yeah.
Targeting both CEX and Day IA listings.
Right.
That's a pretty bold move, isn't it? What does that signal to you about their overall strategy?
It suggests that they're aiming for widespread adoption,
Okay.
not just a niche community. They want to be accessible to both seasoned crypto traders and those just dipping their toes into the market.
And the referral program,
Yeah.
that 10% bonus,
Right.
that's another piece of the puzzle, right? It feels like they're really pushing for rapid growth.
Exactly. They're clearly trying to build momentum and attract a large user base quickly.
Yeah.
But as we discussed earlier, rapid growth fueled by referral bonuses doesn't always translate to long-term sustainability.
So what should listeners be paying attention to beyond the hype?
Yeah.
What are the key takeaways here, the things that might get overlooked amidst the excitement?
One crucial aspect is development progress. The tap minor issues and the app glitches, while not necessarily deal breakers, they do raise questions about the team's execution and ability to deliver on their promises.
And their responsiveness to user concerns. That whole MetaMask exchange, that was a bit concerning, to say the least.
Yeah.
It made me wonder if they're prioritizing user experience and security as much as they should be.
Absolutely. Transparency and clear communication are absolutely essential for any project, but especially in the crypto space where trust is paramount.
Okay, so development progress and communication. What else should be on our radar?
Tokenomics are always crucial.
Right.
The decision to forego a token burn mechanism
Yeah.
that might raise some eyebrows for some investors, while the halving mechanism is designed to control inflation. It's essential to understand how this will play out in the long run.
Yeah.
Will it be enough to maintain a healthy token value? That remains to be seen.
And then there's the regulatory landscape, which is constantly evolving.
Right.
The EU's tether ban and the lack of clarity from BlockDAG on how they plan to navigate that adds another layer of complexity.
Right. And this brings us back to, I think, a really key question for the listener. How much weight do you place on regulatory compliance?
Exact.
It's a personal decision,
Yeah.
but one that shouldn't be taken lightly.
Do you prioritize projects that are actively seeking compliance, or are you comfortable with a bit more regulatory uncertainty?
Yeah, it's a question that every crypto investor needs to ask themselves.
And let's not forget about vesting, which can impact your control over your tokens.
Absolutely.
It's a common practice in crypto, but it's essential to understand the specifics of BlockDAG's vesting schedule and how it might affect your investment strategy.
For sure.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, it's not just about the flashy features and promises.
Right.
It's about looking beyond the surface and considering the long-term implications.
Exactly. Investing in crypto requires due diligence. And a critical eye, don't get swept away by the hype. Always do your own research and make informed decisions that align with your risk tolerance and investment goals.
We've laid out the facts, explored the potential risks and benefits, but ultimately, the decision of whether or not to invest in BlockDAG is yours and yours alone.
Yeah, what we've aimed to do in this deep dive is equip you with the knowledge and insights to make that decision confidently.
Right.
We've highlighted what we think are the key points, but there's always more to explore. We encourage you to dig deeper, do your own research, and come to your own conclusions.
And we'd love to hear your thoughts. What are your biggest takeaways from this deep dive? What questions are still swirling in your mind? Join the conversation, share your insights, and let's learn from each other as we navigate this fascinating world of crypto together.
Absolutely.
We'll be back after a short break with some final thoughts and a provocative question to leave you pondering. Stay tuned.
All right, we're back for the final stretch of our BlockDAG deep dive.
Okay.
We've sifted through the Telegram chatter, unpacked the technical jargon,
and analyzed both the exciting possibilities and the potential pitfalls.
Absolutely.
Now, the question that's likely on everyone's mind is BlockDAG a project worth keeping an eye on?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
And as with most things in crypto, there's no simple yes or no answer.
Right.
It all boils down to your individual risk tolerance, your investment goals, and really your assessment of the project's long-term viability.
So no crystal ball predictions from our resident expert today.
I wish I had one.
Okay.
But in all seriousness, predicting the future of any cryptocurrency is a fool's errand.
Yeah.
The market's volatile, the technology's constantly evolving, and there are countless external factors that can influence a project's success or failure.
Okay, no magic answers there, but what can we do?
Yeah.
How can we make sense of all this information and arrive at a well-informed perspective?
I think instead of trying to predict the future, let's focus on what we can learn from the present. We can look for patterns, we can assess the team's execution, and we can evaluate the project's fundamentals. We can ask ourselves, are they addressing the challenges?
Right.
Are they being transparent with their community?
Yeah.
Are they adapting to this ever-changing landscape of the crypto world?
That's a great framework for approaching any crypto project, really.
Yeah.
So applying that to BlockDAG, what stands out to you? Where do you see the strengths and the weaknesses?
Well, one of the things that is, I think, most striking is their ambition.
Right.
They're not content with just carving out a small corner of the market. They're aiming for widespread adoption. They're targeting both experienced crypto users and newcomers.
Yeah.
That's a bold vision. And it's exciting to see a project with that level of aspiration.
It is. That ambition is definitely contagious, but I have to admit, after uncovering some of those red flags, I'm feeling a bit cautious.
Sure.
Are we getting caught up in the hype, or is there genuine substance behind BlockDAG's vision?
Yeah, that's the crucial question. And I think that's where that critical eye comes into play.
Right.
Yes, they have ambitious goals, but are they backing those goals with solid execution?
Yeah.
The tap miner issues, the app, glitches, the vague responses to security concerns. Those are all cracks in the facade that warrant further scrutiny.
So it's not just about the big, bold vision. It's about the nitty-gritty details, the day-to-day execution, the team's ability to overcome challenges and build a truly reliable platform.
Exactly. It's about looking beyond the marketing, beyond the hype, and really evaluating that core substance of the project.
Right.
Are they building something truly innovative and valuable? Are they building it in a way that prioritizes transparency, security, and user trust?
Those are questions that every listener needs to ponder as they weigh their own level of interest in BlockDAG.
Absolutely.
We've equipped you with the information, the insights, and hopefully a healthy dose of skepticism. Now it's up to you to do your own research, connect the dots, and arrive at your own conclusions.
And remember, this is an ongoing process.
Right.
The crypto world is constantly changing. So stay informed, stay engaged, and never stop asking those critical questions.
We've reached the end of our BlockDAG deep dive,
Yeah.
but the conversation doesn't end here. We encourage you to share your thoughts, your insights, your hopes, your concerns. Let's keep learning from each other and navigate this complex and ever-evolving world of crypto together.
It's a fascinating world out there.
It is. Thanks for joining us.